My name is Meera. I am 12 years old. This story happened when I had to leave my home and go live with someone I barely knew. I moved from London to the countryside, to a small farm in rural Ireland. My mother had died in a car accident. After that, everything changed. My father was not in my life, so I had no choice. I had to go live with my mother's brother, Uncle Tom. He was quiet and serious and lived alone. I had never stayed with him before. When the plane landed, the sky was gray. The airport was small. I felt nervous. I looked around and saw a man with a flat cap and a heavy coat. That was Uncle Tom. He didn't smile, but he gave a small wave. "You must be Meera," he said. I nodded. "Come on then." He picked up my bag and walked to his truck. The drive to the farm was long. I saw green hills, wet roads, and many sheep. It rained the whole way. We didn't talk much. Uncle Tom looked at the road. I looked out the window. The farm was far from any town. I saw no other children, no shops, just trees, fields, and animals. What would you do if your whole life changed in one day? If you had to leave your home, your friends, your school? When we reached the farm, I saw a small house with stone walls and a red door. The windows were foggy. There was a shed, a big field, and some chickens. A brown dog barked from behind a fence. It was quiet. The air smelled like smoke and wet grass. Inside the house was cold. The floor was wooden. There was only the ticking of a clock. Uncle Tom showed me to a small room. A single bed, a wooden chair, and a box for clothes. "This is yours now," he said. I placed my bag on the bed. He left and closed the door. I sat alone. It felt strange. This was not my home. It didn't feel warm. It didn't feel safe. It was too quiet. That night, I couldn't sleep. I missed my mother. I missed our flat in London. I missed school, friends, my warm blanket, and the sound of buses on the street. Everything here was new. I pulled the blanket over my head and wished I could go back. The next morning, I woke to the sharp crow of a rooster. I went to the kitchen. Uncle Tom was drinking tea. "You'll start school next week," he said. "The village school isn't far." I nodded, not speaking. Later, he showed me the farm, the sheep, the cows, the tools in the shed. "I wake early. Work starts at sunrise," he said. I didn't know what to say. I was not used to this kind of life. I missed books, shops, city lights. It rained again that afternoon. I sat by the window. I wanted to call someone, but my phone had no signal. Uncle Tom had no Wi-Fi. "Out here, we work with our hands," he said. I stayed quiet. I washed my plate and tried to help with small things, but I felt lonely. Uncle Tom wasn't unkind, but he wasn't warm either. He didn't ask about school or friends or how I felt. I think he didn't know what to do with a child. That week, I wrote my name in the dirt outside. The rain washed it away. It felt like my life. Here, but not really. One night, I cried quietly into my pillow. I didn't want him to hear. I didn't want to be a problem. Then one day, something small happened. I was carrying a basket of eggs and slipped. The eggs fell and broke. I started to cry. Uncle Tom came over. He didn't yell. "It happens," he said. He gave me a towel and helped me stand. "Try again tomorrow." That night, he gave me an old book. "It's simple English," he said. "You can read it if you want." I took the book. That small gesture changed something. I still missed my mother, but for the first time, I didn't feel like I was in a stranger's house. Maybe, just maybe, I could live here. The next morning, Uncle Tom gave me a small bag with books, a pencil, and a lunchbox. "Your first day," he said. I nodded, nervous. The village school was small with only 5 classrooms. Miss Ellen, the head teacher, welcomed me. "We're happy you're here," she said. I smiled a little. The first day was hard. The other children stared. One girl threw a piece of bread at my foot. I ignored it. I listened more than I spoke. Then, Friday came. During break, a boy named Ben walked past. "You're from London, right?" he asked. He dies. "Yes," I said. "Do you like cows?" I laughed. "They scare me," I said. He laughed too. "They're just big," he said. That small talk made a difference. Ben began sitting with me, showing me around, teaching me some Irish words. I started to feel a little less alone. At home, I still missed my mom. I kept her photo close, but life slowly began to feel less empty. Uncle Tom started showing small signs of care, helping me when I slipped, giving me chocolate, sharing stories about his past. We went into town together once. I met Nora, the kind woman from the shop, who told me, "You belong." I kept thinking about her words. For the first time in a long time, I believed I did. Uncle Tom taught me to fix things, cook, and care for the farm. We laughed together, fed the hens, and even shared quiet moments. Slowly, the house became warm, not just in temperature, but in heart. Winter came, bringing cold nights and short days, yet inside there was fire, hot food, and the sound of Toby's paws. I received a card from Sarah at school. "Let's sit together next term." I showed Uncle Tom, who smiled quietly. We spent Christmas together, roast chicken, chocolate biscuits, paper stars on the wall. Quiet but not lonely. I learned to belong here. In spring, Uncle Tom said, "We can plant flowers by the big tree. You can pick the colors." I nodded, happy. I stood outside one evening, looking at the stars. The sky was vast, black, dotted with tiny lights. Toby sat next to me. Inside, Uncle Tom made tea. I thought of Mom, missed her deeply, but I also knew I was not alone anymore. I had two homes now, the life I lost and the one I was learning to love. Slowly, step by step, they were coming together. I whispered to myself, "I'm okay now." And for the first time, I really was.